On play action, they'll throw. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by the USC man, Adoree Jackson.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively, not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
The Bengals drive about to get going. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown, and now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Aaron Lynch, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Throwing now is Brady. Jones has it. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
Look at me. Zipper.
Brady now on first down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. Here's Brady to throw. Under pressure again, and down he goes again.
Okay, let's go back a little bit and see if my schooling comes to the front. What's that old saying? Those who forget the lessons of history are doomed to repeat them. That's the same guy who's gotten back-to-back sacks. I think a double team may be in order.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Brady going to throw. And that will be incomplete. Well, those two have hooked up for a touchdown once already in this game, that time unable to find the completion.
Yeah, it just appeared they wanted to get him out into open space and try and get him the football. As you mentioned, unable to connect.
And he's able to get it out of there, and this is a pretty good kick. Fielded at the 43. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And the Chiefs will have excellent field position here as they take over.
Come on, set. 90, Wolf. 59,
Here we go, D. Get off the field. Watch twist, watch twist, watch twist. Twist, twist. Big dad.
Ready?
On first down, Coleman. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. He gets it to Cooks. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Brandon Cooks, his 4th touchdown on the year, as his guys are able to regain the lead. And his kick is good, but flags come in. Looks like we're going to get a roughing call here on the follow-through. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
Here we go, set. 70, Indy.
Okay, just like that. Just like that. Mike, check.
Move.
59.
Let's go.
Throwing on first down is Brady. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
Looking back to the air on second down. It's Brady. And oh, look at that. A diving catch. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. We'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL.
Now, I got you, pop.
Throwing is Brady on third down. It's caught. Jones. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. Where they convert on third with a gain of 22. This quarterback now 8 of 11 in this first half. He's got it 1st and 10.
Hey, box drop, box drop. Yeah, get it.
Again, it's Brady. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's second down.
Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield, but that's okay because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
The attempt on the dive, and he has it. What a catch. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as he'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down.
You ain't got nothing. Hey, Delta.
59 mark. Check, 59. He can't hit.
Go.
Brady now on first down. Oh, nearly a disaster there on the check down, but they'll get it back. They're going for a receiver there. Already has one touchdown in this first half. A second one not to be.
I like where their headspace is, though. I mean, I really like the thought process, right? You got a guy who's already scored one, right? You want to go back to him, continue the hot hand, and make them adjust to you defensively. I like what they were trying to get done, even though they weren't successful.
And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. 23 yards on the play. A chance now to get even before the break as they come up first and goal. Now Brady, and that is caught. He's got it for a Bengal touchdown. From 4 yards out, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. PAT up and good by Rosas. And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. That's fielded in the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line.
Let's go.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And we're under a minute to go here. What's been an even first half all tied up.
Yeah, still time to make something happen, too. A couple completions, just string them together. Could get into field goal range. Let's see what happens.
The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 23-yard line.
Here we go. 10-2 stop.
Set the tone, defense. Set the tone, defense. Let's go.
Hey, do.
Check. 59. I got it.
Ready?
2nd and 4. That's caught. It's Coleman. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. This quarterback now over 200 yards already in this first half. It's 1st and 10.
Hey, let's go.
Watch twins. Watch twins.
Now back to throw. And that's complete to Cooks. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. The Chiefs quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1.
6 guys. Check 6 guys. Check 59. Mike is 59.
Back to throw now on 1st down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we'll head down to Orlando. That's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard.
Come on, fellas.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game, we'll see what the second half brings.
And it'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good about what their offenses are doing. Got to wonder what adjustments are being made defensively to try and get a spark and maybe slow down the other side.
But here, do you change up anything on this opening drive?
Not offensively, you don't. You got everything going your way. You've probably prepared for maybe some change-ups you might expect, but overall, you like what your game plan's showing you.
Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete. So, Charles, tie game here. What are your keys as we continue to play this second half?
I know people think it's always trite when you say the same things over and over, but they're tried and true in the game of football. Who's going to block better? Who's going to tackle better? In this case, to me, it's turnovers. You've got to take care of the football in order to win the game.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Now Brady. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. Well, you can see what they wanted to do. They wanted to set up the screen there, but it got blown up.
It's hard to run that play if you're not getting a lot of pressure at the quarterback because the space doesn't open up. They were able to read that one and slow it down and stop it before they could get a first down.
Give them 11 yards that time on the return. And it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Their defense did its job, yielded no points. Now it's the offense's turn.
And how much fun is that when you set things up to start a half and you just tell you guys, hey, if you can shut them down, get it back for our offense, we can roll. And they played out perfectly. Now, can the offense do what they wanted to do at the half, which is find those weaknesses, and now it's...
And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. Like a freight train there, Derek Nottie with a sack. Defense went 3-4. They got some push from the inside.
And this is something in a 3-4 you don't normally get because the nose tackle who got the sack, he's usually responsible or ends up getting double-teamed and sometimes...
Well, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long.
Check 24. Check
64. Weak.
They'll set up to throw. It's caught by Aguilar. The completion there winds up a wash, and it'll bring up 4th down.
That was impressive to me because while it was a pass play, they still rallied to the football like they were filling running lanes, and they were able to put the receiver on the ground.
And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. Brady into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Avonte Maddox. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
Well, partner, I do know this. If you're a defensive back, you have more chances to make a team now than ever because people are using 5 defensive backs, 6 defensive back packages. Not exclusively, but way more than before. That was a nickel package there, and what a pickoff.
Why is that? Why are they using that more?
Because more people are throwing the ball on earlier downs than ever before. This has become a passing league, and because of that, more defensive backs on the field on most plays.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive.
Go, go. Hey, 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 hey.
That's right, baby. They don't want it.
Ready, ready.
Now Brady to try again after the pick six. Throw left side, complete to Moss. A Bengal first down on the 16-yard pickup there. And he's certainly been a huge factor in this when he's got the 2 touchdowns to his credit. Now they look to him again. He picks up the first.
Yeah, I can hear everyone saying, well, why don't you cover him, double him, triple him, do what you have to do. But sometimes they get locked into such a groove and such a connection, it doesn't matter how many guys are in his area.
He certainly looks to be in that groove right now. Here's a throw that's taken in out of the backfield. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. That'll go as a pickup of 32 on the catch and run. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. On play action, it's Brady. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Moss. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he maneuvers his way down to the 3-yard line. A good run of 6 yards there. Gets him closer to the goal line with 2nd down coming up.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'd be
and he's got it. Touchdown, Bengals. From 3 yards out. As they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. It's been quite the game for him individually. A trio of touchdown catches now.
So pick a route, any route. Whatever you want him to run, he's going to do it and do it well and end up in the end zone. This has really been fun to watch.
So right back to square one, tied at 28 as he kicks it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
The Chiefs take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
Come on,
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now with a gain.
The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17.
Hey, Charlie.
They'll look to throw. Going underneath, it's Coleman. They get 16 out of that one, but they'll still need to convert on 3rd.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
A nickel look now for the Bengals as they try to stop him here on third down. He may try and run for this. He is going nowhere as he is enveloped behind the line. Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a fourth down. Here's Drew Kaiser now as he'll punt it away for the second time. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line.
At their own 22-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were...
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Quarterback taken down and sacked. Brought down back at the 14-yard line.
Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Back now in Cincinnati. All even as we get ready to start the fourth. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. Now Brady. Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
They'd like to avoid punting from their own end zone so they could use something here on third down. Here's Brady. He's going to float this one deep right side. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up fourth down.
Finally, a good play there defensively on the deep ball. The secondary has had its struggles this entire game. Offensively, they've had their way with them.
Let's take it inside his own 40. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
At the 48-yard line.
Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch.
Come on, QB, come on.
They'll run on first down. It's Coleman. And he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line. Jalen Smith, the Notre Dame man, in on the tackle.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stopped that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
Here's 2nd and 8. Going to throw right side here, complete. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. A big play there. His second touchdown of the afternoon. And they are able to break the tie and move out in front here in this fourth quarter. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away.
Let's go.
First and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Let's put him on the buses.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And he puts his head down and gets up to the 42 for a gain of about 6.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. I tell you, they didn't give it to him much through the first 3 quarters, but when they have, he's been efficient. Maybe they ride him more here down the stretch.
Yeah, not sure it was actually in the game plan for him to have as few carries as he has, but it might play out really well for them now. As you noted, they want to ride him down the stretch. He should have fresh legs.
On 1st and 10, here's Brady. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at about the 31. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line. Another costly turnover, their second of this second half. And earlier when I asked you your keys to the second half, you said, hey, it may be trite, but I think it's turnovers. That's coming to fruition.
It certainly is, and let's face it, they named the game after it, right? So isn't it the most important thing?
But the football.
Exactly. They named the game for it. Take care of it.
Mike 5-4, Mike 5-4, Mike 5-4. Let's go, D, tighten up. Let's go, D, tighten up.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He's letting it fly for Cooks. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Shaquille Griffin with a pick. And he'll get this back across the midfield, striping down to the 47-yard line. A critical error there in a tight game of the fourth.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the fourth quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the fourth quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
This a big play for both sides. What will we see here? 3rd and 4.
Hey, foxtrot. Big grip.
From the gun, it's Brady. Man open, it's Moss, complete. That one good for 15, and the Bengals get a first down.
Great.
Check. Watch the screen.
26-yard line.
Bravo. 5.
Throwing on first down is Brady. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Good positioning, and it's picked off. And a good return here as he takes it up past the 30-yard line.
Stop. You see me out here. That's right. We can't be stopped.
So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Coleman now. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Right back to Coleman here on first down. He's got a first down and much more inside the 20. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Tevin Coleman, his 4th touchdown on the year. And thanks to the interception, the Chiefs offense cashes in with 6. And it's blocked. Well, the Bengals have got it. But he will not be able to bring this one back, and the extra point attempt unsuccessful.
Well, times have definitely changed on the PAT, on the extra point, haven't they? A lot more effort goes into this play from both sides.
Yeah, because let's face it, a lot of time on extra points, the effort is not what it is when you're trying to block a field goal.
No doubt about it. And before, when the ball was snapped on the 2-yard line, it was really a virtual chip shot. Now everyone believes they can get to it and knock it away, and we know how crucial every point is. So the defensive guys, they're spending a lot more time trying to get that done, which means there's more pressure on the offensive guys trying to kick it.
Come on.
Mike 5'9", Mike 5'9".
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And no matter what the situation, the O-line just hates that because they feel like they didn't protect little brother back there, right?
Man, that's just so difficult for them because just think about every single play. When you decide to throw the football, you're dealing with some of the best athletes on the planet. You talk about guys, if they weren't playing football, they'd be starting in the NBA at power forward. It's a really difficult task.
They had the catch on second down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at third down here.
Yes.
Shotgun now for Brady. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. And they're indeed going to go for it here on fourth down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out.
Under 10.
Yep. Get it.
Brady going to go on fourth down. And he goes down. It's a sack. They get him back at his own 3-yard line. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And, boy, that means this next drive is going to start at the 3-yard line. Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on first and goal. Now a give right side, Coleman. Now a loose football. Coleman lost it. And the Bengals grab it. And he'll be stopped shy of the 15 at the 14-yard line on the return.
Down. 10 logo.
59. Hey, defense, let's go. Mike 5'9".
Go. Hey, exit. Go.
On first down, Brady. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. Now the Bengals going to signal for their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in the game.
Ready.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on first and 10.
Go.
Mike is 59. Mike to 59.
Go.
59's Mike.
Hurry. Shoot.
Working from the gun, it's Brady. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. That's caught inside the 20. And he'll take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. Austin Seferian-Jenkins, his second touchdown on the season as his guys are back within a single score. Rosas good with the extra point. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. They had to go for it with no timeouts remaining, though now. This one's as good as over.
They gave it an effort. They tried their best, did everything they could to try and get the ball on the onside kick. You're exactly right. They had to try it. It was their only option. And now this game is done. Just take it, kneel, and call it a day.
The quarterback keeps it. A loss of a yard. Brings up second and 11.
They set the goal beginning of the year. Hey, let's win 7 games. Unfortunately, with this loss, they can't do it.
So now to be interesting to see how they respond as a team, because sometimes when you set goals, if you don't achieve them, you don't care anymore. You let everything else go. I want to see if they're going to continue to fight, scratch, claw, do whatever to try and get as many wins as possible, even if it doesn't reach their stated number.
So that'll do it. For my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry, I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. With that, we say so long from Cincinnati.